Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the new shed. As you can see by the photographs, quite a lot of work has gone into extending the shed. Also, we've done a little bit of gardening and we've laid a new patio. Lots of you may have noticed that I haven't put up much content over the last 3 years. That's due to some large changes in my life. But now I've got rid of all the negative energy, I think I'll be able to bring you some regular videos. So I hope you enjoy looking around the outside of the man cave, and then I'll show you the inside and some of the bikes. So let me just show you around the shed. So we've got a bit of wall decoration. We have the man cave corner with fridge fully stocked and a nice settee. We have the TV, which is a little bit difficult to see. So what we can do is just pop it down. Go, and we can watch the TV. Cool. Watch you can bang your head on it, that's why it's hung up. So we got the workbench area, old toolbox, new toolbox, some filing cabinets and cupboards. And let's have a look at the bikes. So we got the old Triumph still with us. Plans for the Triumph. Not a lot really. It had a service last year. It's done about 2,000 miles since. I'm not doing it again. Gone are the days I'll do it every year. The price of parts and oil is too expensive. There's no real point. So 6,000 mile services, I'll probably do it next year. Things I would like to do on this, I'd like to put it on Dealer Tune, or Dealer Tool as it called, the computer program that I use, just to run it through, see if there's any faults. I wouldn't mind doing some throttle balances just to check those. There's not much else I want to do on this. I wouldn't mind changing the air filter. I think it's got the original from new air filter because I changed it for a K&N. Then I changed it back to the original and it's gone back and forth a few times. So I have no idea how much mileage the air filter on this has. When I brought it here, it'd been neglected for a couple of years due to sort of personal reasons and things going on. So the chain was a bit rusty and stiff, but I did manage to save it. It's not in bad condition, it just looks a bit grubby. One thing I wouldn't mind doing are the discs. Now, the previous MOT gave me an advisory on the discs because they're moving in this fashion. You can hear that. They're moving in a rotational fashion. They are meant to have a bit of movement as they are floating discs. But it didn't have an advisory this year, it was fine. It doesn't affect it in any way, so I might or might not do that. A set of discs for this are over 300 quid, so maybe, maybe not. The ZX10, it hasn't had a service since I restored it in 2020, so it could do with maybe an oil change. I wouldn't mind playing around with the carbs. Like I say, it hasn't been played around with for about 4 years. So a bit of neglect, and the carbs are It runs fine, but there's a few flat spots there, so I wouldn't mind taking it apart, giving it a clean again. They've never been balanced, so I wouldn't mind doing that. It's another little job I wouldn't mind trying. I might change the brake hoses. I bought some brake hoses for the Zephyr 750 project, but I think I might use them on this instead. I believe they will fit. The brakes on this are very, I think the word to use is woolly. Incredibly sharp on the Triumph, and when you get on this, you will notice the difference. So I might change the, like I say, brake hoses. Anything else on this I'm thinking about doing? Not particularly. It runs very well, to be honest. The other bikes, let's have a look around. So we've got the Zephyr 750, and we've got a Zephyr 550. Now, there's a bit of a story behind that. I bought it purely for the carbs for the 750. So when I got the 750, I was given a set of carbs, which I cleaned. I did a very good job of cleaning them, and then found they didn't fit. I should have checked that first, really. So I kind of bought the 550 in error just for the carbs. It was very, very cheap. So when I realised it was a 550, I bought it anyway because I thought there's going to be some interchangeable parts. And as it happens, the carbs on the 550 should be 30mm, and they're actually 32. And the Zephyr 750 should be a 32. So win-win, the carbs on that fit the 750. Funnily enough, they both run on those carbs. I have had them both running. So there's other parts on there that I might use on the 750, or I might chuck it together and sell it. I'm not sure, because I don't really want it. Going back to the carbs on this, you know, be careful what people tell you when you buy old bikes. Now, the guy I bought it off was quite genuine. You know, I've no reason to believe he was trying to spin me a yarn. But he said, oh, the carbs have been gone through, everything sorted. And in all fairness, there's a difference between being gone through and being done properly. You know, I did take some photos of it when I took it apart, and they were very, very gummy and glued up. But they're kind of working okay now, and like I say, they will fit the 750. Now the problem with the 750, I've got some parts missing. I got a set of carbs that don't fit. I got a set of exhausts that don't fit. The left hand foot peg and gear selector is missing. Part of the airbox is missing. So I've got a new ignition for this. That's something to do with the starting issues. The petrol tank didn't have a key, but I managed to pick it open. I did get a key for it. On that lock there, I don't know if you can see that. If you take that off, there is a number on that, starts Z something with 4 numbers. So I got a new key ordered, which fits that. And if the bike was original, it would have fitted the rest, but it didn't. So I managed to pick the petrol tank open, and I bought a new ignition for it. Other things to do on it, like I say, things are falling off it. I'd love to put it back together originally, but I'm not going to spend an absolute fortune on it. Like I say, I have had it running. The rest of it just needs a good clean-up, but the cost of buying things like foot ped hangers, gear selectors, the brakes all need sorting. You know, how much money do you spend at the end of the day? So we'll see how this project goes. Other things that might go on in the shed. I've got a friend who's got a KTM supermoto of some type. It's blowing back a bit of oil. I think he's basically thrashed it to death, and the piston rings might be blowing back a bit of compression. So at some point I might get that in here. But until then, we're going to work on the Zephyrs. Like I say, trying to focus my attention on this one, maybe putting the 550 back together and getting rid of it. But then again, I haven't got carbs for that now, because I'm going to be putting those carbs on the 550. So if parts come along and they're cheap, I'll get them and try to get these bikes sorted. Okay, so that's it for now. Hopefully we'll get some more videos out there for you. If you can, try to subscribe to the channel. It will help us grow. I was looking at some of the statistics for the channel, and it shows that less than 8% of the viewers who see the channel actually subscribe to it. So if you could subscribe, that would help. So for now, take care. Catch you in the next video.